Hello. I bet receiving a strike or takedown from these quote-unquote agencies is the reason you're watching this video. You're probably wondering who they are. I've conducted my own investigation, and this video can save you a couple of hours of Googling. This video consists of the following steps. Don't skip any, as they're all very illuminating. On February 24, 2025, a friend of mine uploaded, but not published yet, his restoration of Ginger Snaps. Within several hours of the upload, he received a strike from CoPeerRight Agency España. The name of the company is notably misspelled, as every Spaniard from elementary school knows it's spelled with the letter "-ine". I want to emphasize here that this film had maintained "not affected" status for many years. It hadn't been geo-blocked or demonetized, just as the screenshot says, "not affected". The owner allows the content to be used on YouTube. I don't think it's easy to misinterpret that status. I wonder why YouTube even allows copyright owners to issue strikes on the content they previously allowed themselves. It must be technically impossible. The content ID had tracked the film and tied to "not affected" status, which the owner had selected themselves. Wasn't it easier to switch it to auto-delete? It looks like selective punishment. All three films from Ginger Snaps trilogy had gone under the same status for years. Then Lionsgate, the lawful owners of Ginger Snaps trilogy, changed their policy toward Ginger Snaps Unleashed and deleted it from my friend's channel without issuing any strikes, and they also switched it to auto-delete. A civilized solution as far as I'm concerned. I apologize if you find this case boring, but it's very important for understanding the nature of this organization. Later, on March 3, the guys from CoPeerRight Agency España came back and removed 3 videos from my friend's channel and issued another strike on his fan edit of Ginger Snaps 1, which included restored deleted scenes. Again, all 3 videos had maintained the same "not affected" status for years. The next day, they returned to add the 3rd strike on another fan edit. No warnings preceded any of those strikes. I think they returned to strike the following day because they technically weren't able to issue 2 strikes at once. They wanted to get the channel deleted badly and took a cold and calculated approach. Here comes the important part. It's known that under DMCA 512, YouTube must comply with takedown requests to maintain safe harbor protections. However, this situation highlights a potential misuse of the Content ID system. For years, the "not affected" status led my friend to reasonably believe his uploads were permitted, as auto-detected by the Content ID system. The sudden reversal of policy resulting in multiple strikes and the termination of the channel looks inconsistent with the claimant's prior conduct. This aligns with the principle of equitable estoppel, where a party's long-standing position induces reasonable reliance, and a sudden change causes harm. Their actions constitute an abuse of the takedown process under DMCA 512(c), potentially exposing them to liability for misrepresentation under 512(f), as they knew YouTube would have to react to their claims, thus leaving the content creator vulnerable to claims made in bad faith. Being a persistent fellow, but not a partner, my friend still managed to get a hold of YouTube support team for partners. He explained the situation in detail and asked them to restore the channel without the videos in question. This way, the copyrights would have still been protected. This is the reply he received. "Yeah, removed correctly. I think I know what happened." Maybe on a human level they understood what happened, but YouTube as a system takes the route of minimal attrition, meaning they would rather allow a shady D-level agency abuse their system and purposefully terminate a misguided YouTuber than have any litigation with that agency. This looks very questionable since if they had complied with his request, the copyrights would still have been upheld. But looks like the crooked agency had received specific directives, and YouTube didn't want to get into trouble arguing very dubious unnecessary termination of the channel. It looks unprofessional, considering the system should not allow the copyright owner to issue retroactive strikes on the content they themselves allowed. I wondered if CoPeerRight heard of the Streisand effect. Their brutish approach could potentially cause a pushback which will only undermine their efforts. But now, let's finally take a close look at the quote-unquote agency in question. First, you need to know that their main office is located in Paris. They also go under the name of CPR Agency. España and Italy are the offshoots of the main office. Let's take a look at their location and then their website. Looks like they have a rundown building for an address. How convenient. I doubt they have an office. Now let's cover their website, which has not been updated for quite a while and presents outdated information. Odnoklassniki and VK, what a load of baloney. These two Russian social media platforms no longer recognize and cooperate with copyright owners at all. In fact, the amount of pirated content there continues to grow from year to year. How many years CoPeerRight have been presenting irrelevant information on their website? I like that. We cover more than 4,000 illegal websites. Yeah, and what is the result? I'm not encouraging you to go to the torrent trackers, but they have been working just fine for years, and for educational purposes I checked and found out the content previously mentioned in this video stays up over there. So much for your vaunted protection. Looks like their reach ends with their YouTube content ID. I like this the most. It looks like they put it there as a joke, or maybe they badly wanted to cater to hipster clientele. And by the way, they don't even answer to emails. CoPeerRight Agency and its sidekicks España and Italy have been bullying YouTubers for a long time. Just go on X, formerly Twitter, or Reddit, and you will find plenty of controversial cases. I will mention a couple that show the true nature of this so-called agency. This one is pure gold. They claimed a public domain film and lost the case. How professional. Here is what the uploader said. It's good to have this video back up. CoPeerRight Agency, España claimed they owned the rights to the footage of this public domain film by Zyga Vertov. We denied their claim on the grounds that the film is public domain. They, and YouTube, upheld it and took this video down. Yes, believe it or not, that actually happened. We had to file a counter-notification to fight for our right to use this public domain footage. And then we had to wait 2 weeks while the film was gone from YouTube. Today we won our counter-notification. The film is back up. Looks like it's a silent Russian film from 1929, and it's indeed public domain. I will try to explain what in my opinion happened. But first, I want to ask, how is it possible they still haven't lost all their credibility in the eyes of YouTube? How come they are still in Content ID? YouTube, do you have an answer? Now my version of events, probably some shoddy streaming service or some unscrupulous copyright owner that had limited copyrights had contacted them and asked to take down the video. CoPeerRight knew about the public domain status but still proceeded, as they were getting paid. I bet they didn't even check their client's copyright status. Why do that when you're getting paid, right? They counted on the uploader not fighting the case. And they lost. I believe this case reduces this seedy agency to the status of just paid enforcers. Professionals don't make such embarrassing mistakes. Case number 2 also looks interesting. It's in the feedback section of their 1-star rated Google location. Scam. Be careful. We are licensed owners, and they take down our videos on YouTube. We submitted a dispute, and these motherfuckers took down our videos. Going to sue them and cancel their content ID. They're also known as CPR Agency. I don't know which of the trio has claimed their videos. Maybe the head organization CoPeerRight Agency has lost their content ID. I hope so. I don't think the business that left this comment made it up. It looks like genuine outrage caused by an unlawful takedown of their licensed videos. I assume the story here is very similar to the previous one. Some sleazy competitor wanted to damage their business and hired CoPeerRight guys to do the job. And of course, they issued strikes without asking Kino to confirm their copyrights. In this business, it's a common occurrence when many entities own copyrights to the same content. But why bother when the money is right? The comment below confirms my previous statement of them not responding to emails. Imagine a copyright agency that refuses to communicate with the opposite side. A real copyright agency would do that, but these guys are not professionals, they're paid enforcers, mercenaries that misrepresent information about their services on their website. This is all for now. Leave a comment if you found more information about them.